You're watching E.T.N. Entertainment-related new, entertainment-related discussion. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to discuss some Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And as I said in my other video, which was not Final Fantasy Brave Exvius related, but just for those few that have been here on the channel that do watch the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius videos, I was on vacation last week, which is why there were no videos. But obviously vacation's over. We're back into it. Just to touch a little bit on last week's banner, since I wasn't around to really cover it. If you were a new player or if you're a player that missed out on any of the CG characters, it was definitely a great opportunity to go in and pull on those banners to get yourself a CG character. I think all the CG characters, with the exception of Jake, are really good. In particular, Nicole and Fina and Sakura are probably the best of the bunch. Lid is very good as well. But if you have someone like 9S or if you have any other good breakers, then you could probably live without Lid. But she's probably, in terms of just breaking alone, is probably one of the best ones out there. But if you got any of those three, Nicole, Sakura, or Fina, you're in good shape. Those are among, in my opinion, the better CG characters. So those banners, I believe, are still up at the moment. Let me see here real quick. And if I'm not, yeah, you still have the banner with Jake, Sakura, and then the other banner with Nicole and Lid. So you still have a good opportunity to get in there and have a chance to grab yourself some CG characters. So, but this week we had a pretty big update. They had the video the other day on the Brave Exvius channel, and they probably half the video was spent about talking about 7 stars. So we are getting them in August, as you know. A lot of us thought that we'd probably be getting them this week or next week because they mentioned something about July, but they never really specified, and it turns out they were just going to discuss it in the July update, but we are getting them in August. That's very exciting, which is good because I believe that gives us a chance to have another Gil Snapper cave to build up some money, because it cost about 3 million Gil to turn a character into 7-star. And, you know, there's a lot of questions about this. I don't follow the Japanese game portion of the game. I don't have an alternate account with the Japanese game. So I was fairly new to the 7-star discussions and learning about them as well. And obviously watching other content creators and reading up on some stuff, you know, I got to learn about them. But basically what it boils down to is you're going to need more than one copy of any particular 5-star that you can awaken to 6 and then 7. So for example, real quick, I'll go into my roster here because I have a couple of 5-stars that I have quite a number of copies of. In particular, like Orlando is one. And I'll scroll down and I'll pick out, see it right here. I got 2 maxed outs, and then I have all these here. And so basically the way it works is, let's say I want to take this Orlando here. Let's say I want to keep the chain team going, right? So I want to take my 2 top Orlandos and put them into 7-star. And I would essentially be using 2 of these guys. All right, I would still have 3 left over. But I would essentially take these 2, and then they would form into what's called like a rainbow prism. Basically, it looks like a rainbow gem, but a very small version that's specific for this character. And then you would take that and put it into, as an awakening material, you would go and awaken the character like normal. The only thing is the option would come up for the prism that you turn this character into. And then that prism splits into Trust Moogle Prism, if you have any Trust Moogle percentage on it, so you don't lose out on the Trust Master reward. And then the other one is the rainbow-colored prism that you put into the 6-star that has to be fully leveled to turn it into a 7-star. And then if I wanted to get the Super Trust Master for my Orlando, I could take 2 of the last 3 remaining Orlandos, put them into this one, and then I can get a Super Trust Master. And they also mentioned, and this was new to me, I didn't know this part, but apparently if you have a Trust Master for a character and you put it on the 7-star, they get bonus stats. So let's say, for example, let me go back here. Let's say, for example, like I have Wilhelm here, right? And this Wilhelm, I have his Trust Master, which is the Emperor, the Shield of the Emperor, right? So if I equip this shield, which is right now at 65 and 65, if I equip this shield on him at a 7-star, he's going to get additional bonuses on top of the 65 defense, 65 spirit. So that's really cool. you know, that we're going to get. So even if you don't have an opportunity to get the Super Trust Master, which many of us won't, you know, it just happens that over the last 2 years playing, from the time that Orlando was released to now, all the pulling I've done, I just happen to get more Orlandos. I have a couple of other characters that I have a lot of copies of, like, for example, Noctis. I think I have 5 Noctises, you know, and stuff like that. So if you've been playing the game for a long time, chances are you're going to have a good opportunity to get yourself a 7-star, maybe even a Super Trust Master. If you're new to playing, then you might not have that opportunity just yet. But even when the 7 stars come out, they're not going to be an absolute necessity. I don't know how soon the power creep is going to go to the point where you need 7 stars, but I can tell you right now, everything that's out right now and everything I think that's coming out probably won't need a 7-star right away. Right now, as it stands, if you have a 7-star, it's basically like you just first started playing the game and you got yourself a Lightning. And Lightning was very OP when she first came out. She was the first 6-star. So if you had her, or if you had her as a friend, you were mowing through a lot of the content. So that was about half the video. And then we found out that the next banner, I don't know if it's going to be this week coming up or the next week. I'm hoping it's this week because I got tickets stashed and at the perfect time, because I would say like every 8 to 12 weeks, there's a banner where there's a must-have unit. And this banner coming up is a must-have, and that's Regen. And again, I don't follow the Japanese version of the game very much, but what I do know of this character through watching other content creators, and of course, once again, reading up on it, he is a top-notch damage dealer. He falls into the Orlando Chain family, which is Divine Ruination, Veritas of the Darks, you know, his chaining move, Frevia's chaining move, now Sephiroth's chaining move. They all chain together. So, and the cool thing about him is that he imperils fire and ice, and he also gives fire and ice defense. So, really good character. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week or next week. We'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and whatever banner they do drop tomorrow, we'll talk about it extensively. Probably Friday when more of the information comes out. So that's exciting. And then, of course, we're getting Awakenings. Basically, all the Awakenings coming up. The next round of Awakenings are for all the Veritas, which is really good. I would say, in my opinion, the best Veritases of the group is probably, obviously, Veritas of the Dark is very good. Veritas of the Earth is a great tank. Veritas of the Light does a lot of good damage as well. And Veritas of the Flame is a pretty good finisher, you know. So I would say 4 out of the 6 are very, very good. And depending on which ones you have, you might want to consider awakening their abilities depending on what's available, depending on whether or not it's worth the investment. So a lot of good stuff coming up. We also still have the 2nd anniversary celebration. There's still a lot going on with that. We're going to be getting more rewards, I believe, this month. And I believe next month we're supposed to be getting the big reward for getting the tickets. I think it's either the end of this month or the beginning of next month. And then we're going to have probably, let me just pull it up here, probably good chance that we're going to get the 5-star rainbow increase rate, which I believe also starts at the end of this month, July. At the end of July, for a whole month, we'll have free daily summons with a 5% chance to get a rainbow, which is going to be a lot of fun. So a lot of good stuff upcoming. Once again, we'll find out tomorrow whether or not we get that banner that has Regen on it. But either way, we're going to discuss it. We're gonna look into it. They did talk about the other characters on the banner, but honestly, I got no interest in them. One of them is a lower tier version of Ramza, which is a bard. There's another one who has dual wield pistols, from what I think they said on the video. But he also has a move where you can damage yourself or your party, so that doesn't sound too appealing. Also, they're going to be redoing the Surging Menace trial, which would be pretty cool. It's going to have the same reward as it did last time, but with a boost, kind of like what they did with the Intanger and all that. And then the other thing they're doing is they have another trial coming up, and this one's going to be the 2 bombs. Now, it's funny, these 2 images that they use, I've seen them in a Final Fantasy game before, and I just can't remember which one. But I like the art. It's really, really cool. And the ring is insane. That ring is insane, and I can't wait to get it. So I'm looking forward to that trial. And then we have another arms trial, which, you know, I've done all the arms trial up into I think, what's the name of the one? I can't remember its name, so I'll just pull it up here since I have the game up. But the the one that I haven't done in Chamber of Arms is, it starts with a T. It's the newest one, basically. Yeah, this one right here with the Thor's hammer. I don't think I've done that. I haven't done that one yet. And yeah, I remain here. I just want to get the name. The Shadow Attacks. Yeah, this is the one I haven't done yet. Chamber of Warrior Bravery Tech Mine. Yeah, so this is the one I haven't done yet. I've done all the other ones, and I usually don't do the Chamber of Arms right away. Usually when they come out with it, I'll do it like a week or two later. Just because I don't think the weapons have been all that great. In fact, the best one to me so far has been this one, the Holy Wand. That to me has been the best one out of the group. The mace is okay. The Dragon Whisper, I mean, not really everybody uses dragoons or jumping characters. And then Thor's hammer is like, who uses hammers? You know what I mean? So I don't really rush to do those. But when it comes to the regular trials, like the new one that they announced, I don't know when that one's coming out. But when that one comes out, I'm going to jump on it because of the fact that that ring reward is so insanely good. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. Tomorrow, like I said, depending on what the news is, we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll do a video tomorrow about it, but usually more of the details for those characters usually come out the day they're released, which is on a Friday. So chances are we'll do it on a Friday, but we're going to do a video or two in between. There was someone on one of my last videos who made a request that, you know, they would like to talk more about, for example, chaining. And I'm going to do a video about chaining at its pure, basic, bare bones, like just from the very beginning, so that way you can understand it and how chaining becomes important later on in the game. So we're going to talk about it at its most bare bones definition of what chaining is, and then how to do it and how to do it properly so that you're taking advantage of the bonuses that are incurred when you do a chain. So, but other than that, I mean, again, a great news update. It's a lot of fun things coming. The second anniversary still going. Lots of rewards. Also, Friday night, for those of you who are here for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius videos, and you know, because I know this is something I've done and I've only been doing consistently for the last 2 or 3 weeks, so it's not really out there yet. But for those of you who do come around to see the videos, feel free to stop by Twitch on Friday night at around 9:30 p.m. I'm going to be doing, it's not my first stream ever. I've done many streams before, but this is the first time I'm actually going to stream Brave Exvius. So my Twitch link is in the channel description, or rather the video description, and you can come there at 9:30 p.m. I am going to do some pulls, and you guys can see my pulling strategy because I like to do things a little bit differently than everybody else. As you can see, I have a 100 ticket stash, which promises to probably go up before Friday. I always stash my tickets. I never go below 30 tickets when I pull, so I always use 30 as my base to try and stay at an emergency in case there's a banner that pops up that I'm not expecting. Usually my rule of thumb, if you watch my pull video, or if you watch my video about, you know, newbie tips and pulling tips, I usually try to use tickets. I usually try not to go below 30 because on average, from my experience the last 2 years playing, if you're pulling on a banner, especially if the banner has 1 5-star, chances are in those 30 tickets you use, you might nail the rainbow. It's always a rule of thumb, and that's a lot of tickets to go through to get a rainbow. But if it's a unit you really want, like this one coming up, Regen, then then I think it'll be worth it. So hopefully we get that banner this week. If it's not a banner because I don't pull on every banner, you know, it's got to be something that's really that I'm going to use and that's really got to hit home. But either way, I'll be there Friday, and you guys can come along, show your support. You can meet some other people from the channel who are here to watch content that I create that's not Final Fantasy Brave Exvius related. It'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, until then, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content. Or you can click here to become an E.T.N patron. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.